This is my 2003 G35, and today we are upgrading the high beams. This company, Boslla, sent over their high beams, and we're gonna install it today. Boslla has every make and model, so make sure to go check them out. If you need it for your specific car, go to their website and use my code to get a little discount right there. But yeah, I have upgraded the low beams, which is the top one right here, crystal white right there. But we have to upgrade now the low beams. They're still halogen yellow right there. This is the only one that works. If we go over here, this side doesn't even work. So we're gonna upgrade that today. First step we're gonna do is wash the car. It's not necessary, but shoot, we gotta make it look good today. I'm sure you already know how to wash your car, so we're just gonna do a little cinematic. Alright, so now that the car is clean, we can get started. So I did do the low beam, before, and you can go watch that video if you guys. So if your car's stock, you can just turn the wheel and reach behind and then switch it out a lot easier. But since I'm low, I can't reach in there. I can't get enough clearance. So what I have to do, it might be different for you. You have to take off the whole bumper, take off the whole headlight, and then do it from the back. So I'll show you guys that. So for G35s, if you guys are following along at home, there will be a bunch of clips for the bumper. You have to take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips. And then on the side, usually there's side markers, there's a screw. You screw it off, but I have zip ties, so cut those off. And then the whole bumper should pop right off. Once you have those clips off, make sure you put them in a safe place, don't lose those. And then once you have the side markers off, it should just pop right off. And like I said, it should pop right off. Something like this, you can do it a little nicer, but you know the gist. Also, don't judge my grill. It's plastic dipped. Eventually we'll get a new grill, but hey, stay tuned for that. So put your bumper off to the side. Right here for the headlight, you have one screw right here, 2 screws, or number 2 screw right here, and then one more screw right here. Then the whole headlight should give you enough room to reach the back housing. After you take off all those bolts, the headlight should pop right up. Takes a little finesse, but gives you enough room to reach that bottom high beam right there. So we're gonna unscrew that, and then you can switch them out. So yeah, we have the Boslla high beams. Shout out to them for sending this over. Comes with the little product manual, and these are the actual high beams right here. These are the H4 if I'm not mistaken. I would double check on that. These are specific to the 2003 G35s, but if you go to their website, you can put your information of your car, and then it'll give you the specific lights that you need for your car. So I just unplugged this connector to take out the whole headlight, just to give you guys a better idea, and so I can have a better grip of this. Might be a little tricky sometimes. Alright, so with a little finesse, you can wiggle it out. You might have to go back and forth a few times, but there is the original headlight, so we're going to switch that out. Here there should be a little bracket that you just press down, move to the side, and it loosens it up, and then you can carefully finesse it out. Alright, so you have to finesse it out, but this one was the one that didn't work. It looks cooked. Oh my gosh. But I have to figure out how it's going to fit exactly, because it is a tight space, And this new one does have this whole contraption, so let's figure that out. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling. But what you need to know, here, I'll show with this old one. So this bracket, it comes with a metal piece, this one that I'm pointing at. You do have to line it up to those, the little indents that are in the housing, and then put it in. The hard part is actually putting back the bracket on, because this one is a lot bigger than this one. So takes a little finesse, but hopefully it'll work. Alright, so keep in mind, I am not a mechanic. I'm not certified on this or nothing, but this is how it's looking. So the hardest part was to tuck in all of this, because this takes up a lot of room, and then the power adapter of course takes a lot of room, but takes some finesse. What I did, put the wires of the new one facing down, and you have a little bit more wiggle room for that big power adapter or whatever that is. But anyways, it's in. We're gonna see if it closes up and then install it back on the car. Alright, so now that we have that housing closed up, I have it somewhat installed, and then I connected back that connector. Before we secure it, I want to make sure that it actually works, right? So let's turn the high beams on. Dang, I think it's working. And yeah, you can see the bottom high beam is pretty bright. Oh gosh, we're gonna be blinding people. Alright, so now that we know it works, let's line up this headlight and then secure it back up real quick. Put these screws back in. Alright, so now that we have it secured up, I wanted to compare. Of course, it's during the day, you can't really see a good idea, but here is the before, where I have that original halogen, and then here's the after. So now both the low beam and the high beam is that crystal clear white. Looks good. I did take before pictures at night, so I'll pop them up sometime in this video. But yeah, what do you guys think so far? Now we're gonna do the same exact thing, but on this side, and see how that goes. Alright, so I don't want to do the whole thing over again, but I did want to show the difference of the headlight. So this one was the one that was still working, still crystal clear, and then remember that one that didn't work? That's insane, the difference. Look at that. But anyways, if yours is still working, it should look like this. If yours isn't, it might look like this for some reason. I don't know. I'm not no mechanic, but we're gonna install that new high beam one more time and see if we can make that better. Alright, so the second side headlight or high beam is in. It was a lot easier the second one because we knew what we were doing. So yeah, let's close it up and then let's install it and see how it looks. Anyway, that side is on and this side is on. I was tripping. But yeah, it looks good. Let's button everything up, put the bumper back on, and then we will show the finished product from day, and then we'll go to night. Alright, so now that we have the bumper back on, let's see the finished product. Alright, and here it is during the day. It is pretty bright. You can notice it during the day. You know what I mean? Pretty bright. It's broad daylight. You can see it. And now everything is LED on my car. Luckily I have the low beams, high beams, the LED strip, interior lights are all upgraded, license plate light is upgraded, and I think my car is fully LED now. But yeah, we will go at night, and then I'll do a little review at night and then pick up the video from there. Alright, so here is the night clip. I did do some iPhone clips. I will add them on the screen. It might be a little hard on this camera. But They are brighter than my future. God dang. But yeah, so now we have the both low beam and high beam, and we have that LED strip, and I think it looks super crystal clear, super nice right here. But yeah, again, if you guys want to pick up some LEDs from Boslla, make sure you guys go check them out. Use my code PLATINUM. You get a little discount right there. And yeah, go check them out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it helped a little bit. And hope to see you on the next one. Like, look at this. So this is with the high beams on. Without. I mean, even without, it's still bright, but it's freaking brighter than my future, bro. Here is a little inside POV too, just to let you guys see. So, of course, they're off right here. On. And then those are the high beams. That's crazy. Brighter than my future. It's crazy. And then, yeah, these are regular. And then that is off right there. So, pretty cool. Alright, so here's a little driving POV. This is a low beam. God. This is a freeway wall, by the way. And it's crazy. On and then off. Or on and then off. Oh shoot, there's like a raccoon in there. Slow more driving on a road. That's insane. We're going over a bump, hold on. But crazy on that high beam. Yeah, if you want to blind